Take flight, we gather together, chasing the night. With every flow, we aim for the bull. Scottish lads, wisdom making our hearts full. So grab your darts, let's find our love.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Scottish Lad Darts channel. In today's video I'm going to be looking at the Red Dragon Nitro FLITE. As you can see, it's Red Dragon's latest all-in-one system. Some nice packaging. I'll show you that a wee bit better in the close-up because it has some fancy packaging for an all-in-one system. So 90-degree fixed wing, dynamics for ultimate consistency, high impact polymer for this dimensional stability and durability, lightweight and advanced polycarbonate nitrotech shaft, max strength weight ratio for in-flight stability. That's all the information from the back. Now I'll get into the details on how much these cost, etc. But they look rather nice, to be fair. So what we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to get a wee close-up look at them, and then I'll get them to the board like we usually do. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's crack on with the review. Right, ladies and gentlemen, quick look at the packaging for the Red Dragon Nitro FLITE. As you can see, it's a very fancy looking packaging style for Red Dragon. It has the very similar opening to what the lunch boxes are. For us reviewers that got the lunch boxes, as you can see, they've got the fancy box inside, and for £7.90, which is the price of these, you're actually getting a fantastic kind of packaging deal here. Some information in the back, I'll leave that up for a second and you can pause it and read it if you like. But as you can see, it just kind of gives you a bit of information about how the FLITE performs, the stem FLITE stuff performs really. And then we've got the stem FLITE themselves inside, which is simply just held in by this little piece of cardboard, and they're so easy just to come out. So let's go and get them into the light box. We'll get a close-up look at them. I just wanted to show off the packaging because the packaging is pretty nifty. Stem FLITEs themselves, as you can see there. We'll get them under the light box, we'll get a proper look at them. Let's crack on with it. Here we go, folks. We've got a close-up look to the Red Dragon Nitro FLITE. White and black intermediate. You can also get them in short and medium. And for the white stems, you can get them white stems and black stems, both again in short, medium or intermediate. As for FLITE colour, you can get clear, blue, yellow and black, and also white. As you can see, it's very similar to a Condor Axe kind of style. Again, quite bendy, so we're not sure about the deflections as of yet, but we'll give that a look when we're going through the video or having a throw with them. But this is the intermediate length. As you can see, it just looks like a moulded stem, a moulded FLITE on a nitrotech stem. Sorry, we've got the Nitro FLITE on the stem itself. Now, I've heard a lot of people saying these are brilliant. I've not actually used them myself yet. This is obviously the first time I've opened them out of the box and we're having a look at them. But I think they look not bad. I went for the black and white simply because most of the other colours were out of stock. So I just thought black and white might as well do it. You can forget black and white to go with most darts. But as you can see there, lovely looking dart. FLITE stem system. Very similar to what QSOL's done in the past. Also what K-Flex is, obviously. I'm curious how it's going to work with Robin Hoods, and well, not Robin Hoods as such, because there's not the little tunnels on the stem. It's like an overall stem. But what we'll do anyway is we'll get them to the board. We'll have a wee throw with them. But overall, I think they're going to be quite durable. I mean, this FLITE itself seems quite sturdy. Not as flexible as, for example, the Windmill Fusions. The Windmill Fusions are a little bit more flexible than these. But as it happens, I have the Fusions handy, so I can check that out. So here's the Fusions, and it's so much easier to do this with the Fusions than what it is with the Nitro FLITE. And obviously the difference between the Fusions and the Red Dragon Nitro FLITE is the Fusions have almost like an aluminium style stem in comparison to a standard stem on the Robert Fultons. Well, the Red Dragon Nitro FLITE, I said Robert Fultons because I've got the Robert Fultons there. But not a lot of difference. The material feels the exact same. Now if we compare it to the Unicorn Forge, which I done a video on recently as well, the Unicorn Forge definitely feels a bit more sturdy than what the Nitro FLITE does. I've not got any K-Flex to hand, or I would have used the K-Flex as well. But I've given you a quick rundown of the Nitro FLITE for £7.90. Get them in a wide array of colours. I'll leave links in the description, you can go and check that out for yourselves. So what we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to get them on the board. We'll have a wee throw with them and see how they fly and see how they behave. So without further ado, folks, let's chuck some darts.
People dancing, let the darts fly, chasing the
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the Nitro FLITE on a set of darts here. Let's see how they perform. And straight off the bat, they're flying very similarly to what the Condor Axe do or the K-Flex do. They're flying roughly the same way. I don't see any visible change in the way that my darts usually land in the boards. They're flying just like a standard stem and flight. Seems like a good all-round system, to be fair. So let's just do a couple of checkouts with them. We'll test them that way. So let's go with 65 to start us off. Not as good as Robert Fulton on tops. We'll go with one more checkout and then we'll go some switch around the boards just to see if we can get them grouped together. So we'll go for a 79. And I flopped to that top, so I don't know what my issue is with tops recently. So let's try and group them as closely together as possible to see if we can get any visible damage. Obviously the last thing you want to really be doing is causing any visible damage, but they seem to be flying okay. The shaft length is 22.5 for the intermediate. So obviously you kind of know roughly about intermediate stems and stuff, but I do actually quite like how these are flying out through the air. So I'll put a bit more time in with them and we'll see what happens. But as it stands, fantastic system. £8, let's just say, to round it up. The only thing I'm not really too sure about is how they're going to last long term, but we'll come down to that at the end when I have a bit of time with them and we have a back look over them. I'll probably say about 5-6 weeks with them. We'll see what happens there. So let's try and get 3 in the bull and then we'll get wrapped up. We get 3 in at 25. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get wrapped up. And there we have it, folks. That was my review of the Red Dragon Nitro FLITE stem flight system. Obviously, this is just the kind of first intro where I give you all the information about the intermediate, which have a 22.5mm length and stem, and obviously a number 2 flight. Available in a wide array of colours. So white stems, you've got the clear yellow, blue, black and white. And then the same with the black, it's just the same colours. Available in short and medium as well. I went for the intermediate because I do fancy quite something a wee bit longer. Since I changed my grip, I found a short stem's just not working the same way as it used to for me. But let me know your thoughts on the Nitro FLITE system if you've used them. What is your favourite all-in-one stem flight system all overall out of all the systems? I'm going to include L-Style and Cosmo because I know they're not really an all-in-one, but I'm going to include them for the sake of being a moulded flight system. But thanks everybody for taking the time to watch the video. Stay safe out there, and of course, keep on darting.
It's our passion, keep on dancing.